Hello and welcome to Herndon Live. I'm Jack Norcross and Emily Yen will be joining us in just a little bit while on this special edition of Herndon Live. I'm joined, like always, by Mark Seaman. And we begin today talking about the AirAsia Flight 8501. And let's first take a look at a map here, Mark. As you can see in this map, this is the route of 8501. We see it leaving Surabaya, Indonesia, and then making its way to Singapore. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes, that is correct. Singapore is roughly here, or no, there. And it was going this direct flight path, but eventually it lost contact roughly around this area here.
Right, that's right. It loses contact here at about 5:35 in the morning, about 45 minutes into the flight. And Mark, one of the things I find that is super interesting about this specific flight path is that if you look, this is the last contact up here, if you can see, right where the Singapore is, where the missing Malaysian flight, where it was the last exact pings of the missing Malaysian flight.
It was going this way.
Right. It was going this way and eventually made this sharp turn across, back across kind of Malaysia and over there. Do you think that this has a significance, Mark, that it's in the same area?
It's not very much of a large significance because as it still goes, nobody knows what really went on to Malaysia Flight 370, while people have a rough guess or have a stronger assumption about what happened to this flight because there have been reports that this plane was flying during monsoon season, which is equivalent to like a sea storm or hurricane, and it was going through, and as it was flying, there was a heavy weather warning, and that's why.
Right, and let's hold off there, Mark, because we're going to talk about the weather thing right here. Let's talk about some of the facts we know about AirAsia 8501. 162 passengers and crew were on board. A strong weather system, like Mark just mentioned, was in the area at the time of the crash. The aircraft was delivered to AirAsia at the end of 2008, fairly new, and the plane had over 23,000 hours and over 13,600 flights. Excuse me. And as you mentioned, Mark, it is monsoon season in the area of the Indian Ocean and kind of the Pacific as well. And we can see this is actually an actual radar snapshot kind of what it was actually like when the AirAsia flight went missing. You can see there's a very tiny circle, which I'll try to bring out kind of. It's kind of right there, kind of. Okay, yeah. That's the kind of real area that we're looking at there, and that kind of. And Mark, do you think that the weather played a big factor in at least some part of this?
Yes, it did, because as I mentioned before, it was heavy monsoon season, which means planes should take a very large precaution when flying, and also several minutes before the plane lost contact, the pilot had requested to air traffic control, can we climb a couple of thousand feet, suggesting that he maybe wanted to avoid the strong turbulence wind of a monsoon. And then it took several minutes for flight control to reply, and when they replied, the plane had lost contact. And monsoon season is still playing a big part in this investigation because they are having to halt investigations at night because the sea is too rough.
Right, and Mark, they have actually found wreckage of this plane, which is a big development, and a specific part as well. Divers have found the tail section of the plane, and they have found 19 miles away from the primary search zone. They found it using sonar technology, which they were trying to use for the Malaysian Flight 370 flight. And this is the most important part of the plane because it holds the black box and the flight recorder. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. Let's take a look at some of the photographs here. This is actual wreckage evidence and photograph. So, Mark, as you can see in these different pictures, and I'll use my little pointer device, this is this A right here. That is the actual flight, the airplane number. You know, it was like right,
roughly there,
right, kind of right there. It's actually back here. It's usually located on this part of the plane back here. You can barely see it there, but that's what we're looking at in this picture. In the picture below, we are looking at something else. We're actually looking at the tail wing in this section right here, and you can barely kind of see it.
And you can see that this white dot here, because it's the tail section, there's the distinct eye from Asia.
Right, and so that's what we're looking at right there. And then right here, we're just kind of seeing some more fuselage kind of down there. But let's talk about it once again, where in the plane, what we're looking at. And like I said, we're looking at This is the tail section of the plane, and like we mentioned earlier, this is where the black box is located and the flight voice recorder, which both play a very significant role in determining what how the accident was actually caused and what the situation is. Am I correct, Mark?
Yes, that is. And the tail section, as you said, because it holds these two, it's probably the most important part of the plane that they found, and it's luckily that they found this, because had they found it for Malaysia 370, they would have been able to find out what happened.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's basically what we know for AirAsia Flight 8501. But another big story that has hit the area locally over the past week is the wide amount of snow. Hashtag close FCPS.
The snow made things slow.
Yeah, it did. It did. It really did. Especially Tuesday when we got hit with the snow. And close FCPS trends worldwide. It was a big, major development.
And
yes.
It even shows how far it went worldwide, because one of our correspondents, Mcelveen, she sent out.
Yes, and we'll get to that one second, Mark.
Exactly.
Don't spoil the
Okay,
ending.
I won't spoil
okay.
it.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But anyway, the snow Tuesday was so bad, FCPS even issued an apology, saying that it's true, they really couldn't have predicted what was going to happen that day. The snow was a little bit more than expected. Obviously, it says that toward the end, it says that parents were allowed to pick up their students from school if they really felt that they needed to. But I thought it was a very important thing that they issued an apology. And like Mark mentioned, Emily's tweet went viral. She was talking about how it she posted a picture about how it went worldwide, and how everyone's, people from Texas and people from Michigan, Pennsylvania, California, all over the country and even all over the world. 951 retweets, over 1,500 favorites. A lot going on there. But we're going to turn to Emily again in one moment here, who will give us the weather for the next upcoming week. So let's get to her right now with the latest developments on that. Emily, you have the weather for us. So are we expecting more cold, Emily? That's the question. Don't you know?
Well, yes, I do. And, just to add on to what you guys were saying about close FCPS, I'm flattered, by the way, that you would bring up my tweet. I was very surprised.
Great. It was great.
It just goes to show, how we can use, our phones as tools, weapons even,
well, yeah,
for
unfortunately.
our own good, I guess. And so let's check out the weather for the upcoming week. Okay. So the weekend, we're looking at high 25, lows of 13 degrees. Sunday, 37, lows in 28. This is a little bit better than what we've seen. There was a point where the wind chill was negative, I believe. But today's weather, we're looking at 34 degrees high, no rain, 25 miles per hour wind. That does factor in with the wind chill. And then next week, we're looking at a little bit of snow, some more snow, and so hopefully we can expect snow days. Definitely, I believe we have 13 snow days that we can use. So that is the 7-day outlook, and I believe that is all that we have for the weather. So let's just hope for more snow and more days off of school.
That's right, Emily, and it's a big deal indeed. And we're actually going to re-air our interview with Ryan Mcelveen, who discussed with us almost a year ago, just about 11 months ago, about what it really takes to close the schools and how he really doesn't make the decision, even though we like to think so. So let's go ahead and air that interview. All right, and we are sitting... All right, and we are sitting down today with Ryan Mcelveen, who is on the school board for Fairfax County Public Schools, and we're just going to ask him a couple of questions. And so, Ryan, let's begin off with your dad works for FCPS, and he's an English teacher. What's your relationship now that you kind of technically have a higher position than he does?
Yeah, my dad actually always jokes that I'm his boss, which I technically am. But he actually began substituting in Fairfax County Public Schools when I was a student. And so since then, he's just kept his job at Kilmer Middle School, and he's taught hundreds of students.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so some people call you a hero. How do you respond to that?
It's very flattering. I am not a hero. I am merely doing my job, which is to let students know as soon as possible when there's going to be a snow day or a cancellation or anything else they can learn from my Twitter account.
So since I know that you don't exactly make the decision, so who does make the decision if school should be canceled?
It's actually a pretty complicated process, but it begins with our chief operating officer named Jeff Plattenberg. He actually came to us last year from Loudoun County, so he has a lot of experience calling snow days. And so that might be why you might see a difference in how he addresses them as opposed to how it's been addressed in the past. But he has a big crew of transportation and facilities workers who actually go out and survey the entire county. They drive the bus routes. They look at the paths that students take to walk to school. And if they are not in good shape, and if the weather forecast calls for significant precipitation of some sort or extreme cold, as we've seen, then they take that into account. And at that point, when he decides whether it should be closed or delayed, he will relay that to the superintendent, who will make the final decision. At that point, she will inform the school board, then the principals know, and from there on out, students eventually get to hear. But I've seen my role as a school board member as having the opportunity to let students know in advance.
Yeah, and that's been very helpful to some students.
Yeah, so I mean, you obviously have a Twitter, and you must have seen all the crazy pictures. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool. It just shows that snow days really inspire creativity in our students. And you know, I hope that that's what a normal school day will do for kids as well. But it's been really cool. I don't think we've ever seen anything like it in Fairfax County.
Do you ever think that students, you know, maybe take it too far? I mean, what's the most amusing thing that you've seen that they've done with your head?
So I've been on Mount Rushmore. I've been Simba from The Lion King. What else? I've been on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, you know, which is my Twitter background.
Yeah.
I mean, there are all sorts of stuff. Partying with kids, and you know,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
They're really fun.
But do you think anyone ever takes it too far? Is there a limit to how
No,
far kids
I
should
mean,
go?
when it comes to that stuff, I'm fair game. I think what you know, after the 2-hour delay call, not everyone was so happy with that, having to go back to school today. And so there can be profanities thrown at me, which is fine. You know, I'm a public official, I can take it. But, you know, we don't want to take it too far. And so it's important. I see my role as helping students learn how to interact with a public official and, you know, how to use proper language when possible. But I know that kids are going to be kids, so I don't care too much.
Mm-hmm. So, do you check Twitter before a night before a potential snow day or a 2-hour delay, or do you wait till that thing until you tweet something out?
Clearly, I know what's going on because
Yes.
my Twitter's going crazy. But so yeah, I will check and I will try and interact with students whenever possible.
That's good.
So tell us about how you think the social media affects the choices that are made in the school board. Do you think, like, I mean, the students on Twitter, they're going crazy. They keep on asking for a delay, I mean, or a cancellation. Does that affect your choice at all?
Unfortunately, it does not. And what's amusing is last night, after the 2-hour delay call was made, my voicemail filled up. I started getting all these emails. And at that point, once the call is made, there's really nothing we can do. Obviously, if parents and students are writing us saying that there's significant problems, I think we investigate those. But overall, it's really up to our transportation and facilities folks.
And obviously there's parody FCPS accounts out there, and they can sometimes slip a call in there, but, you know, just trying to get students hyped up and excited. Do you have anything to say to those accounts? Do you think they should be shut down or suspended?
I do think they should be shut down and suspended. I'm fine with parody accounts of me, that make fun of me. That's totally fair game. But when it comes to imitating the school system, I think that's a problem because it gives off incorrect information. And that's just, it's not helping anyone,
That's good. And Emily, I know you have some questions from Twitters or anything.
Yes, that's
out
right.
there.
Just before our interview, I asked some people if they had some questions. So at Marley McKay, or Marley McKay underscore, or Marley underscore McKay, he asks, what was it like in high school? Were you a nerd? Did you get girls? What was that like for you?
So I was actually class president at Marshall High School. I graduated in 2004, and it's been interesting to see how the system has evolved since then. But in high school, I did 3 sports. I played in the orchestra, violin, did all sorts of stuff. Honor societies like everyone else. Nothing too crazy.
And next, Anthony Rivera, at Rivera_Bo, he asks, why didn't you close school today?
Well, once again, it is not I who closes school, but who communicates the information. But the reason school was not closed today is, although there were issues with roads in Herndon and the western part of the county, and we did have significant bus issues, it was important to us not to add on another day, because this would mean going to school on Monday, June 23rd, and so that played part of a role in it. But obviously student safety is important, and that played a part in the delay.
And I know parents have questions about this, but I remember when Superstorm Sandy hit, and there was a couple of power outages at the school. You just decided to close those schools. Is there any talk about just closing the schools in the western part of the county, or is that just too many kids to not go to school?
Part of the problem, we are a big county, you're right, and so typically the eastern part, Alexandria, they get nothing. We might get a foot out here. And that's just one of the hazards of having a big county like Fairfax. But for us to just close part of the county is a problem, because some students are bused, for example, to this part of the county from another part for special programs, special ed, things like that. And so we don't do that. And I don't anticipate we'd ever want to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you speak English, Mandarin, Chinese, Spanish, and some Korean. What do you plan to do with all of your multiple languages that you speak?
So actually, in college is when I learned most of my language, and I actually worked in China for a few years, and that's actually my day job. So I work at the Brookings Institution, which is a think tank, and so I do research in Mandarin Chinese and English, of course, and write papers and help scholars with that.
Good, that's good.
That's really neat, yeah.
All right, well, that looks like all the time we have today, and thank you to Ryan Mcelveen for joining us.
It was great having you.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's very cool.
The
Congratulations.
students love you.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations on your program.
Thank you very much.
All right, hello and welcome to Jeopardy, everyone. Yes, everyone. Nadja, I see you. Come on. Jack. Gotta listen up. Can everyone hear?
Right next to it.
Anyway.
All right, well, let's get started, everyone. Here are the rules of the games. Well, you know the rules. We don't have time for that.
If it's shutting down, I'll make sure.
Okay, the premise of it is basically since it's our 1-year anniversary, we're gonna have a lot of fun today, and it's gonna be there are different categories all about our show and all about the past year. We have 2 great teams, and I've chosen randomly in Team 2, Mark team. I want you to start. Choose a category and choose a number.
We'll go segments for 300.
Segments for 300. The question reads: who did a segment about making the Herndon Live T-shirts? Yes, Eddie.
Elise.
Elise Lesage. That is correct. Congratulations, 300 points for Mark's team. Let's keep it
should
moving.
have
All
picked
right, you guys can pick the next question. Why isn't it marking it? That's okay. Just remember which one's
Segments for 400.
segments for 400. What segment made people look stupid? Now, there's been a couple. Yes,
It was
James.
your walking with Jack or whatever.
Okay, walking with Jack. Let's
Something
see.
like, I don't know.
Jaywalking. Should we accept it?
Yes.
All right, we'll
Yes.
accept $400 for Emily's team right there. Congratulations.
I just,
All right, you guys can choose the next guy.
I forgot about it.
Now it works. All right, we have let me just fix something. We're just working here. Okay, that works. Good. Okay, we're good.
Okay,
All right,
so
go ahead.
Does our team?
Yes, your team picks.
What do you guys think?
I don't care.
Awkward moments.
Okay, let's do awkward moments for 300.
Awkward moments for 300. The question is, what episode did Emily talk for over a minute with absolutely no audio?
See, I wouldn't know this.
That's.
Technically,
Wait, I thought that was me.
5,
That-
4,
wasn't that me?
3,
Was it the one where I did
2,
audio because I was
1.
bad?
Okay, do you guys have an answer on the other team?
No.
The correct answer was the Herndon Festival when you were on the Ferris wheel. No one could hear you.
Oh, I feel
Oh,
like this
really?
happens all the time.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that. I sort of agree.
Well, surprise for
Oh.
everyone, isn't it? All right, let's keep going. All right, you guys can pick again.
Let's do awkward moments for 400.
Awkward moments.
You know, before you do, I just feel like this entire awkward moments row is
Well, let's
dedicated
see.
to me. Is it?
Who
not?
had their mouth operated on and then had to anchor? Yes, Casey.
That was me.
Yes, Casey. Molina, let's see. Correct. That's 400 points for
Oh my
Emily's team right there. Correct.
Okay, yeah. In case we have to explain some of these moments.
God,
don't-
Yeah.
Casey's mouth was operated on. It was pretty self-explanatory. Let's keep going.
Oh,
Your
I
team.
remember that.
Emily, gotta keep it moving, guys.
All right.
Come on. Emily, your team.
All right.
If we have
let's-
other time, we can talk
Awkward
about our
moment,
favorite moments. But
500.
go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do awkward
you only
moments for
went, like,
500.
Awkward moments for 500. All right, this one
That's
says,
pleasant.
what did a segment via Skype where it sounded like gunshots were being fired? Yes.
Was that the one at the international night at Herndon?
Yes, and who was doing that segment?
Oh, that was Casey, I think.
Yes, that's correct. Casey Molina. And I kept saying it sounded like fire shots going on or something. Or other. Great job, Casey. All right, your team again.
Awkward
All right.
moments 200.
You want to stick with awkward moments? How
Yeah,
about we
let's
switch
just
it up a
do
little
let's
bit?
do a different category.
How about let's do
3.
let's do special guests,
special
yeah.
guests for 400.
All right, special guest for 400. It reads, who talked to Jack Norcross about a proclamation he signed? 5,
Come on,
4,
Casey, just go for it.
3,
Go for it.
2. Yes,
Is it Tom Rest?
that is incorrect.
Oh.
Yes, Mark.
Was it Commander Herndon? No, it wasn't.
No, and the correct answer was Governor Terry
I knew it was the
McAuliffe.
governor.
When
All
did
right.
we talk to him?
Huh? I talked
Yeah.
to him.
I remember.
All right, let's keep going. All right, you, Casey's team. You can. Emily's team.
Let's try special shows for 400.
Special shows for 400. Okay. This show took place on October
Whoa.
10th, 2014.
Whoa.
It was a special show. Mark,
Oh.
The Halloween special.
the Halloween
Oh.
special.
Hey.
No, the homecoming show.
Oh.
That is incorrect. You get deducted 400 points.
Really? That's we only have 300.
Okay, but
Then you're negative.
Or negative
did I ever
100.
take off points for you guys? I don't think
No.
so. Did
Because
I
we
ever?
both got it wrong.
Okay. Oh, well, okay.
That-
Good
is that
job,
how it
team.
Were you guys going to guess that? I meant to
Yeah.
ask you what it was
Yeah.
gonna be.
Halloween is not even in October 10th.
Well, I remember we did it like a week or two ahead
All right.
of time. I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead. Emily's team, what do you
All
want?
right, let's try
Halloween's
special
25th.
shows for 300.
Special shows for 300. Okay. This show took place on May 30th, 2014.
Wait, it was
5,
No.
4,
Try,
3,
do it. Go for
2.
it.
Is it Herndon Festival?
Herndon Festival is correct! Congratulations, $200 for
Come on,
your
guys,
team.
don't be
All right,
afraid
go ahead.
to press the buzzer.
We are. I just.
All right, go ahead, Emily's team.
That was in September.
Okay, let's try our first show for 300.
First show for 300. Our news story on the first show was about? Yes.
What's his face? Rodman's trip to North Korea.
I'll take it. Correct. That's $300 for Mark's team. Dennis Rodman's strange trip to North Korea.
it was like a history
All right,
question that I
Mark,
would've
your
gotten
team
on a
picks.
test.
Our
Well-
first show for 400.
Our first show for 400. All right, good. Emily's Yen's segment during the first
Come on.
episode was about.
Oh!
Yes.
What was it? Frozen?
Let's see if you're correct. You are correct. Frozen the movie. Correct.
Ooh, that was
Oh, I
$400. All right.
I was really unsure about.
All right, go ahead, Emily's team. You can pick.
Let's do special guests for 500. Do you guys
Special
wanna
guest
take
for
it?
500. Mark Seaman interviewed the former mayor of Herndon named Tom. Go ahead, Mark. Mark, go ahead. It worked.
It was.
It's okay.
Well, they
Right.
buzzed
Your
first.
turn.
It was
We buzzed first, though.
Tom Rust.
Okay. Job. You guys can get that.
I remember that. That was
$500.
a,
He was
cute
a
segment.
delegate.
I know, but he's also the former mayor
Yeah.
trying
I
to
didn't
trick you
know
there.
So many things.
Okay. Anyway. All right, let's keep going. Emily's team, you pick again.
Special shows for 500.
Special shows for
We can do
500. Okay, we got this show took place on June 20th.
Was this a spin-off show?
5. Yes. Go ahead.
Off.
No. Oh,
Nope, that is incorrect.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
But-
Go ahead, Mark. Do you have an answer, Mark's team?
They're not gonna have an answer.
All
No.
right. The correct answer was the Friday Night Live show. Where we went
Oh,
out on
yeah.
Friday
Oh,
night.
Oh yeah, when
I
you said
know
grab
that
the kid, grab the kid.
Yeah.
No, when we were live from there, Mark. When we did the whole show from there.
I know, but it's like
we never said the grab the
wasn't
kid
here.
thing. That was when Casey Skyped from there.
Yeah, but you
Oh.
still said grab the kid.
All right, go ahead. Who can? Mark's team, you can choose. Because
All right, let's try and go easy. Segments for 100 because
Segments for
we
100.
really need to catch it.
okay. What is the Vine segment called?
Oh,
You got
Yes.
Sign off.
The Vine off. Correct. Good job.
Yeah.
$100.
I'm working on these though.
All right, go ahead. Emily's team, go ahead and pick.
let's
Excuse
do
me.
segments for 500.
Segments for 500. Okay.
We're high
Correct
rollers.
answer, or who wanted to get rid of water?
Oh.
Mark.
Laja and Maridu.
That is
Oh.
incorrect.
What?
What?
Chloe Duran.
That is correct.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys showed it to
I'm
us.
sorry, Mark.
Yeah, she was doing
$500.
yeah.
All right.
We never. We're not.
Emily, your
We're
team.
trying to get rid of one.
I kind of like
Special
the
guest?
segments. Let's finish off the segments.
Segments at 200. Okay. Who did a story about making bread?
Oh.
Come
Yes, Mark, I heard yours.
Elisa Sage.
That is
Who did
incorrect.
Come on, James.
What?
Okay.
Come on, James. Do it.
Oh,
I know.
3.
3,
I think I remember.
2,
Stop. You're making
1. The correct answer was Melissa Cisneros.
Oh my
Oh!
God. It was on the
Yeah.
Oh,
TikTok.
guys, it's a
I
disaster.
almost said it, but then I
I
just
was
thought it was wrong. So.
Oh, well, you should have
That's
said it. because
She
it's
was, I
correct.
remember she was so enthusiastic.
I know,
About
she's so
local
excited.
businesses.
All right, go ahead, Emily's team. You're at it again.
Special guests for 300.
Special guest for 300. Emily Yen got to interview
Come on.
this person on his tour of Herndon.
Oh,
Yes.
Mark Warner.
That is correct. Mark Warner is the
And to
correct
my
answer.
complete embarrassment, I addressed him as Warren in the.
That is right. Yeah, we were watching it back recently, and she said, Senator Warren. Good to see you.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay, Emily. We all make mistakes. Okay, Emily's team, you pick again.
Why don't you guys pick my team?
I don't care.
Our first show.
Yeah.
Our first show.
500. Let's go for it.
Casey Molina's first segment was about.
Ooh. It was the New Year's segment at Herndon Art Space.
That is correct. Good job. The Art
Yeah.
Space's
Wow.
New Year's Eve party. Correct.
I remember that.
All right, let's continue. Emily's team again. What would you like to pick? We have about 8 left. 8
You
left.
have like one.
But how about awkward
Well, yeah.
moments for 200?
200.
Awkward moments for 200. Okay. Who got their mic stuck on a chair? Mark.
Yeah.
Jack
Jack.
Norcross.
Okay, let's see if you're right. Correct, Jack Norcross.
Was it like
Good
2
job.
or 3 weeks ago? I think so.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Awkward
very
moment.
recent. Okay,
Oh,
Mark's
sorry,
team,
never mind, sorry.
you choose.
Awkward moments for 100. Just to finish
All right.
off.
Who was banned from doing audio on
Me.
That's correct. Good job, Mark. Or bad job, whichever way you
Exact-
look at it. All right, Mark,
Both
you pick again.
good and bad. All right. Special shows for 100.
Yeah.
All right, this show was about the success and birthday of Herndon Live.
Cricket.
Go,
Uh,
just do it.
Is that this show?
Correct. Yes.
that's
Herndon Live's
it.
birthday show.
I thought it was, but I'm like, no, that can't be it.
Same.
All right, good job. Okay, let's go. All right, good. All right, Emily's team.
Special shows for 200.
Special shows for 200. This show took place on October 24th.
Oh.
All right, Mark.
This has to be the Halloween special.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just kidding. Yes. The Halloween show. Good job.
Not the homecoming show.
Okay. All right, let's continue. We have 4 more left in our first show and special guests. And Mark, your team chooses.
Special guests for 100.
Special guest for 100. Good job. Blank was the first to interview Mayor Lisa Merkel.
That was me.
That's right. It was
That
you,
was me.
Casey. Good job.
I remember only those of me.
Okay,
I
so
don't
I'm
even
getting ready
remember
for
the ones that I do. Like,
Yeah.
it's
All right,
sad.
our first show and special guests. What are you going to choose, Emily's team?
Let's do our first show for 200.
Yeah, this.
Ali Casare's first segment was about. Yes, Mark.
The top 10 music, like tracks of 2013 or 14.
Correct, Mark. Top 10 music tracks of
Wow.
2014. That was a good one.
If you're
Ali-
watching this,
Mark cares about you.
cares
Now, Ali did ask
Whichever-
one thing.
yeah.
She said if you could call her Bae. If you could call
Okay.
Ali your Bae.
I did that question for
say
you.
it on live.
Whichever camera is on right now.
think it's one.
That one.
I did that question for you, Bae.
Good, Mark. All right, Mark, your team, 100 to 200.
100 for our first show.
All right, 100 for our first show. Our first show aired on what day?
Casey got that.
I pressed it, but
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
all right,
it's
Casey,
like
we'll go to
buzz-
you, Casey.
buzz-
Okay,
can go
January 8th, 2013.
That is incorrect, Mark.
The 20th.
That is incorrect.
Oh
It's totally the 8th.
It is the 10th, January 10th, 2014.
She
This
was
is a
closer.
disappointment. No one gets the money.
No one
I thought
gets
that would be
the-
easy.
It's okay, Casey.
1 year from tomorrow,
It's
exactly.
I'm so disappointed.
All right,
in
final
myself.
question, and we're going to choose it now.
Of course.
We actually, our most popular interview among teens was with, who was it with?
Oh, I
It should be
actually.
very easy.
Uh,
Most popular.
Ryan Mcelveen.
That is correct, Ryan
I
McElveen.
forgot what the question
Correct, good
was.
job.
Yeah,
All right, I
I
have
overthought
two
it.
pieces. I have 2 pieces of paper. All right, and we're gonna do our final Jeopardy. So you're gonna need to write the wager. We have well, you know what? I'll give you 1,000. I'll give you the winner of this question
wins.
it all. How
Oh
about
my
that?
God,
Does that sound
that's-
good?
That's
That's a determining factor. All right, here's some
Mark,
paper.
we got this.
All right, that just you can flip it over. It doesn't say anything.
Okay.
I don't know
All
how
right,
much
so-
we have.
Can we boil
yeah,
that
oh,
in?
sorry.
All right, it doesn't matter because you're gonna win the game. Whoever gets this correct.
How about
Provide
this?
the
And if you both get
Just
this
to play
correct,
it safe.
listen. If you both get this
All of
correct,
it, all
listen.
of
If you both get if $1,000, $2,000. It's worth $2,000. $3,000. Okay, it's worth $3,000.
$9,000.
Keep going on.
It's all to
All right, so we hope you good luck to
Spread
all,
all of it.
and
Spread.
don't share your answers. I'll collect them and I'll read them aloud.
No,
Please write your
zero.
team number at the
Hey,
top. which
whoever's
is
writing,
Two.
make sure you
All
block.
right,
Right, 2 over here.
and tell me when you
Oh,
are
yeah,
ready.
yeah.
We're team 1, right?
We're team
For the
2.
8 team.
Team 2.
All right, are we ready?
Redo.
Yeah.
All right,
Use your
team
hand
2.
as a shield.
Here's
I'll
the
use
question,
like
and
this.
it's not a race, so I'll give you about 30 seconds to go over it. Here it is.
30 seconds.
What story did Mrs. Paula Casseray come in to discuss?
I know.
Remember?
I know.
Alright.
Eddie fast.
Hurry up.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Mike.
It's not
All
the
the
time.
phones off.
It doesn't matter, Mark.
Done.
Close enough.
All right, come in. Come, bring it. you
Yeah,
hand
that's what
to
it
me.
is, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Just do it, guys. Be confident. with
It's like
yourself.
we
Go ahead.
know what it is, but like how
We
would
don't
you
know
word
how to
it?
describe
Word
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're about to find
Team 1 said the cheerleading bullying on social media. Team 2 said cheerleading twerking Vine. Well, guess what? You guys are both correct. Congratulations. It was a cheerleading Vine scandal, so congratulations. I think we have a winner, I'm getting told, by floor director. It is, I can't read. Oh, I'm gonna go pick up the results, so
Is
let's
it
go
really
pick it out.
matter?
All right, I have the results here. Ooh, 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 ooh.
We win. I mean,
Okay.
We know that.
I knew.
Well, it looks like
Team Y.
team number 1 can win. Congratulations, guys. And thank you all
Good game,
so
guys.
much for playing our
not
Herndon
really
Live
good. It was just you
Jeopardy.
GG.
We are going to be right back after this, but first we are going to show you a little bit behind the scenes about how Herndon Live works when we are not on the air and what's going on behind the control room. So let's take a look at that right now. Behind the scenes of Herndon Live, I'm Jack Norcross. Today we're going to take a look at the backstage portion of what it takes to put together Herndon Live every week. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people to do that as well. The beginning and the end of our show always starts off here at the Old Town Hall in Herndon. This is where the HCTV headquarters are located, and this is where you will be getting behind the scenes look today. So come on, let's go inside. In the basement of the Old Town Hall, and we're headed there now. Today is actually Friday, December 19th, and we're just about to get ready to put our show together. Right now we have a couple of our team members. They probably look familiar. You know, we will talk to both people who are on air and off air and see what it's really like. But let's go ahead. This is our main lobby area. Mark, how are you doing?
No comment.
Okay, Mark. But this is our main lobby area. We have all of our meetings here. We meet every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and this is where we start our meetings off, and we end our meetings here. Lots of collaboration, a lot of off-topicness. Yes, that's what this table is all about. But, you know, we work hard, you know, all works out in the end. And, you know, we use this TV will monitor our feed of what's coming on the air. And it will also show us what is going on HCTV. This isn't on air right now, don't you worry. This is our in-house
Jack, this is stuff.
feed. Okay, Mark's having trouble, but that's okay, Mark. Mark, you keep that on. All right, now this is the HCTV studios here, right here. And this is where everything happens. Now, as you can see, this is everything is very easy to move, very accessible. It makes it quite easy for everyone. These very lightweight, could throw them. Oh my god. Okay. Well, that wasn't planned, but very easy to move, basically is my point. Our TV is a fairly new addition of the show. It's very easy to move. It's on wheels, and right now it kind of looks like it's wearing a dress, which is interesting. So we have the panels here. Whenever you often see us look over here at this TV screen. Now, this TV screen is showing us what's live on air right now, and so we look over here often to see, you know, to make sure that we're not on air or we are on air. You know, very confusing. But anyway, this is the studio. We have many of the different lights here, as well as different lights that can be changed. We can change them, adjust them, change the color of them very easily. Over here is we have robotic cameras. In order to make sure that we can, even if we were to have a small team, we are able to function with these robotic cameras. We'll show you how you use those a little bit later on in the show, but we'll show you how to use them and how easy it is to access. But we also have a teleprompter. You know, we don't use that too much, but I'm going to go grab the teleprompter piece. And it works just like probably how you think it would. Pop this on. We pop this on here. Now the text, this is our teleprompter computer. Text comes through here. It's reflected off this screen, bounces off, and we're able to read it right on air there. And also we have, this is the desk. This desk probably looks familiar. This desk sits in the corner, and we are able to wheel it in and out very easily and quickly. So coming up next, let's go on into the control room. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to walk into is it says storage here, but we've recently just switched our control room. This is the control room, and well, everything going on live inside of the studio. We're actually, there are a ton of people in here working to make sure we got the right graphics up on screen. We're going to have the right next pre-recorded segment going. Actually today, what you're watching today, this is the first time we're actually using the new control room, so we're going to hope and pray everything works. But this is the soundboard over here. All of our mics that you hear us are plugged into here, and they each have they have their own channel, which they can control, and they can make my mic softer since I talk loud, and Emily's mic a little bit louder because she might need a little bit of boosting. But that's the audio board there. Then we also have the switcher. The switcher, as you can see on the screen, it can fade in between shots with this special bar. We can cut to different cameras. We can cut to the Mac, where we have the PowerPoint running on the TV screen, and yeah, we can play with those. I mean, this is the board that controls the green screen or puts the graphics up. Everything goes through this machine before it is exported out onto Verizon and Cox and to the online service as well. But let's play with the cameras for a second. All of our cameras, as I mentioned a little bit earlier on, are controllable robotically. So the control room is able to do it with a very small staff, and all they need to do is they can just, as you can see here, I'm controlling a camera 2. Camera 2 I'm controlling. Let's make it bigger. There you go. I'm controlling camera 2. We can zoom in, out, do dramatic, kind of slow pan shots. That's what you kind of see at the end of our broadcast, usually kind of a slow pan shot tilting away from the actual studio, so that's pretty exciting. So that's how you control it. They can do pre-recorded positions. See, I can hit 3, I can reprogram 3, I can hit, I can hit 2 and it goes somewhere else. It zooms into random objects, but we obviously preset those to make sure that they're working all right. Over here we have our second Mac. This is the old Mac. We use this one. It's off right now, but this one's used for the graphics like you see that you see a lot. Excuse this box over here. Try to move it actually. All right, there we go. See, we're still moving in. But over here, usually when we're on air, and I'll push this button right here. So this will be what is going. We record all of our shows on a little disc sort of thing that look like they're kind of hard drives, and they look like this, and we pop them in here, and I don't know. There, that looks good. See, and it turns green. That means probably it's good. After we do that, we hit record to make sure we're on air, and this is what comes from this disc is what goes on to YouTube and whatnot. And then also we got the screens here. We also put what we put on the air gets recorded onto a DVD as well, just in case this were to fail, which it has a couple of times. Sometimes it randomly speeds up in the middle of it. But we have this as a backup, so we can post that on YouTube as well. This is just showing us, what is getting put out on the distributor that is going to you viewers at home, and what is getting recorded, making sure that's the same thing and it all looks okay, which it does now. So that is basically the studio. That's basically the control room. The next room. Oh, and by the way, we have one more new TV. This is our new TV. This is showing us what's on air, making sure that we're good to go. All right, let's move out to. Let's go to the new, exciting storage room. Well, we actually expanded the storage room. It's a little bit bigger now. As you can see, I kind of pulled the camera out that we were using to record this with. But this is where we keep important stuff. This is where all of our wireless mics that we wear on air are kept. We have the camera that we're using now to record in here. We have some handheld mics in here, which are good, useful, and to get a good sound quality in loud locations. This is the server right here for the most part. This is for all of our pre-recorded programs at HCTV. That's what. That's how the server tells basically what should be put on air next and what the different things are. One of the other reasons we moved out of this room is that you can hear this humming noise, and the humming noise is just from the whole entire server, and it gets annoying when you're editing in the control room or doing what, or in there for long periods. But I actually haven't been back this far, but these are the big cameras that we use when we're at the Herndon Festival, or when we go out, when we're doing the show from outside. We have those here. When we do the show outside, when we do the show outside, we now have these cables, and those we can reroute to outside in order to get the pictures that you see outside to you viewers at home and into the control room. We have these. Another cool thing is the control room talks to the stage manager, or the floor director, who is in the studio with the talent, and they use these headsets, so they just kind of put this on, and you can put the mic on. Okay, is that good? Okay, get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So they can talk from the control room easily into the studio, which makes it very easy and great. And we have 4 of those, so we can definitely use those as well. So that's basically the tour of the great behind the scenes of Herndon Live. A lot happens here every day, and as we can see, we just walked back here and we're back into the main area, which is great. And this is a main area where we kind of just hang out when we're just watching the segments go on. So I hope you enjoyed. Hello and welcome back. I am Jack Norcross, and right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be saying some of our favorite moments in our favorite experiences that we have gotten to endure over the past couple of years. So I'm going to start us off here. My name is Jack Norcross. I am an anchor at Herndon Live, and one of my favorite things that I have really enjoyed over the past year is getting to meet people who really love to do things that I love to do, and really share a passion, and who are excited to come in every day and put this show on for the people who are like you, who are at home and watching us today. And I've really met some great people who really care about what they're doing and who they are. And I'm just really thankful for that, and I'm glad I could have this great experience. And now let's throw it over to Emily, who is going to talk about her favorite moments.
Thanks, Jack. It's always been a pleasure working with you. I'm Emily Yen. I am one of the anchors and co-producer of Herndon Live, along with Jack Norcross. I don't know where to begin. It's been such an amazing year. As Jack mentioned, I've met so many new people, and my hope for Herndon Live is that our team grows over the years, and that we can be joined by more people who have this passion for broadcasting. I mean, it's just, Jack and I have been so lucky to have such a great team and to know such great people at HCTV. And just a big thank you to the Rose family. And just over the years, I really can't point out a specific moment that I enjoyed most, because every Wednesday these people come here and we brainstorm ideas for our shows. They come in every other Friday. Over the summer, some people came every Friday, and it's just amazing to see all these amazing students dedicate their time to such a great cause. So I'm going to throw it over to Laja.
Hello, I'm Laja Preddy, and I'm a medical correspondent at HCTV. I've been here for like 4 or 5 months, and I've learned so much stuff. Like, I've been so much more confident. And I just love coming here to film and work with great people. It's a really fun experience. Let's hear what James has to say.
Hello, my name is James. I am a tech stage manager here at HCTV. I've been here since the second show, I think so. Yeah. And I just learned a lot, like, being on the show, and it's fun. Let's hear what Casey has to say.
Hi, I'm Casey Molina. I'm a senior correspondent at Herndon Live. I just want to say that since the very beginning, the show is such a unique experience for everybody. And I think what I learned the most was definitely how to interact with people and definitely just be a part of the community, contribute to the community. That was the most important thing. And just the great opportunities that we've been exposed to since working here, and the amazing people that I've met. And I just remember how Emily came to me one day and told me about this great show that she was producing, and I was just so excited. I think Herndon Live has really helped me to find my passion in broadcast journalism and communications. And I just want to say I always enjoy coming to the Wednesday meetings and having everyone just brainstorm, but it kind of turns into a reflection of the entire week. And I just love the people here, and the environment has been so fun. And my favorite episode was when Allie brought her band on. That brought a really unique musical correspondence that we'd never had before. So I look forward to all the new things, the unique things the show's going to do over the next couple of years.
Hello, I'm Ritu Preddy, and I'm the medical correspondent in HCTV. And I've learned so many things, like being close to many people here, and also researching on my topic every day, since we are the medical, and learning about health and how to stay healthy, and researching on topics. So it has helped me. And in the beginning, I was always so scared to be aired, and then now I'm carefree, and HCTV has taught me a lot of things, like being close to people, and also about researching and everything. Let's see what Karen has to say.
Well, this is like The Office. Hi, I'm Kieran Koshnabish. Haven't been here very long, only 9 months. I'm the Mac operator correspondent, and done audio once, and tweeted out once. Yeah, still learning stuff. Enjoyed working here. Learned a few valuable skills. Yes, the people here are great. And thanks to the Rose family. And, again, what the people before me have said. Now let's hear what Mark has to say.
Hi, I'm Mark Seaman. I am the news correspondent here at HCTV, and I can say it's really been a great year working with everybody. I remember when I first started out, it was December-ish, and I got to regroup with some people, and I got to meet some new people. And it's really been, like Casey said, a unique experience. Everyone like getting together, talking, being in a room together, brainstorming, doing an actual show. I mean, it's a really good experience, and I'm grateful that I was part of it, and I'm grateful that I'm going to be continuing to be a part of it. And I can say there have been a lot of times where there have been some awkward moments, like that time I twerked on camera. I can't erase it, and I'm sorry for all you people who watched that episode. All right, now let's see what Ali Castro has to say.
Dos, unos. Hi, I'm Ali Castro. I'm a senior correspondent. Sorry I couldn't be here. I am at the Thespian Conference at George Mason right now. And honestly, what I've taken out of Herndon Live is a lot of new friendships that I wouldn't have made without doing this show, just because I never saw these people at school. Like, I had never met, and I'm happy to
Ali, thank you so much, and thank you to everyone from the entire Herndon Live staff who said something that was really great.
And just to sum up what everyone else said, all the students here have really grown. I can say from personal experience, I remember the first show, I had to read off of a script. I couldn't speak on television without a script, and now look at where I am now. So I can't thank HCTV and the Herndon Live crew enough for all the support and just the kind environment. And I've seen everyone, as Mridu and the others mentioned, everyone sort of gained their on-air talent.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right. Kind of
everyone's
grew from
blossomed, really. I mean.
And another big thank you also goes to the viewers at home like you right now. We appreciate everyone who has watched from the start and everyone who is watching now, and we definitely hope you guys will watch for the next couple of years and many, many more years to come.
Oh, yes.
Well, for this special edition of Herndon Live, I'm Jack Norcross.
And I'm Emily Ann.
And we hope to see you right back here in 2 weeks for a brand new episode of Herndon Live featuring many new segments and more, and we hope to see you then. Remember to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we hope you guys have a great weekend. So thank you so much, and good night.
Thank you for 1 year.